Not so smooth for the Smooya himself as they managed to drag this one out insanely long in length, but of course they couldn't get it done there in the end. My name is Trey Stennis-Ranthus alongside Chad Sponge Burchill here in the Intel Esports Arena, live from Copenhagen, Denmark. And well, Smooya might be topping 36 kills, but ultimately they did lose in OT here to North.
It ain't enough, and I did say I was going to be like a Twiger, and I wasn't wrong. I got 2 points right now, Trace. The first point is the Goonies need to bloody well clean up after themselves.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous.
This is a trash can over here. And the second point is North can thank Gade, because if it wasn't for that first half with the 5-7 on that low buy round where he was able to pivot, he was able to get those 2 big kills, I don't think we would have seen ourselves in this position. So if you're a big fan, you got to be looking at Gade, you got to be saying, listen, mate, we can't have that happen again when we move on to Overpass, because he was the winning factor. That first half could have been an absolute blowout for Big. I think they could have even probably put 10 rounds on the board, but we managed an 8-7 half, and then, you know, we make it to overtime. Smooth on the AWP, as you've mentioned. He was doing a fantastic job. But when the guys from North found room and it got scrimmy, that's really when they're able to snowball away with this. And it's relatively even pegging. If we just take a quick look at the stat lines here, Trace, give us some numbers.
Well, doing most of the pegging would have been Smooya with 36 frags. But of course, if we look at the most ADRs, Gade, believe it or not, 80 flat. And I mean, within the pegging rights, I don't know. The most op kills still with Smooya. Best rating, most first kills. It's one of these things, though, where I think we could just step back, take a look at North, maybe not examine the pegging so much, but more so, is this a good fit for Cadian?
Look, they won the game. They're undefeated for the evening. They're 3-0 right now. This one was a lot closer than we thought it was going to be, and you could see, like, when the executes were coming in, the mid-round decision-making, those kind of calls were better and more concise from Big. But when it came to those scrappy rounds, when it came to those decision-making under pressure, that's where the stat lines for North came into play. Gade with 29 kills, 28 for Cadian, 31 for Volder, 26 for Kirby, and 26 for AZ. Relatively even. Obviously, it was a longer game. It was quite close. There was lots of post-plant situations. There was lots of 1v1s, 2v2s, that kind of stuff going on. But I think the individuals were getting more multi-frags. I don't have those numbers completely panned out in front of me right now, but it felt that way. When the big guys were getting into those situations, they were being one and done. They weren't getting that second kill, or they weren't doing enough damage in those crunch moments. And when it is this close, though, it just becomes a matter of having ballsy decisions. And you could see that when we got to overtime. Volder pushing late high ramp, going for an extra pick, finding that kill. Next going to be pretty mad at his teammate who stopped covering in that kind of position.
You got to cover all the positions here. We're looking at a little bit of dust too right now, earlier against Heroic.
Yeah.
But I think it's important to highlight at least. Chad, why are you standing so close to me, man?
Because like I thought we were coming to the segment where the other guys come in.
Whatever, dude.
And then
just trying to go with it while we're still in.
It didn't happen. I thought that was the video.
Let's check this out. Let's talk a little bit about going into Overpass. I mean, can we expect a long, drawn-out affair like we just saw?
I don't think so. I think this one will be a lot more clear-cut. And I think. What?
What'd you say?
Clear cut.
Oh, okay.
Like you cut things quite clearly.
Yeah, no, I got you, man.
Like it's like having a sharp knife and through butter.
Okay.
Actually, butter wouldn't have a nice clean line.
Might be through the butter field on Smooya. Let's go ahead and talk about Overpass.
Well, Smooya is an AWPer, and Overpass is a map where AWPs can get kills. Do you want some more, or is that enough for you?
It was just about enough, but not enough.
Okay, so you want a little bit more still.
Today, I thought about killing you.
Really?
No, I didn't.
I was going to say, we did spend a lot of time together in the last 24 hours. But
Smooya.
Now we have the highlights. And moving into Overpass, once again, it has to be the same storyline. It has to be the fact of the matter is Big are an actual squad here. They do have a lot more preparation as a team. They have a lot more strategies under their belt. And Overpass, like Train, these maps are very similar in the way that you can apply yourself. You know, you do your defaults, you do your executes, you might have a couple of gimmicky set pieces. Those things are all available. And once more, I still think Big has the upper hand in that regard. But North have shown that it doesn't necessarily, you know, it doesn't necessarily matter when the individuals can find the kills that they have to find, which sounds like such an arbitrary way to put it. But once more, and I'm a broken record because this is the 4th game we've seen North this evening, we're still learning about them because of the recent roster change. And I don't know what else to tell you, Trace. It's just a mystery.
It's all a mystery, kind of like why you can stand on those balloons within party. I'll never understand how that's a thing.
Because they're full of concrete.
But why are they up in there like that, Chad?
Well, then that's actually a reinforced piece of steel.
Okay.
It's not actually like a piece of string.
How come you can pop them? Not pop concrete.
Mate, have you ever worked on a construction site?
With that attitude.
I'll be calling HR.
Okay. Chad, pick up the phone. Yes,
Right, we got 'em
Overpass
on.
is the digital battleground we're going into, and we have brought in these two talkers with us right now. And it does look like the road to Udensa is looking pretty good so far, shaping up on the first day for North.
Should we talk to the Goonies about their mess?
No, I'll talk to them offline.
It's getting cleared up after, okay? Calm down.
Right. So talk to me about Overpass, Harry. Say anything at all about Overpass.
Well, you know, I think Smooya was looking pretty good
Here we
in that
go.
game there, right? So,
Do you know any of the other players in the server?
Okay, fine.
Any of the other players, without looking at your monitor?
I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at my monitor here. No, I mean, I think that like AZ's just looked unreal today. I'll be honest with you. Like,
He was the lowest fragger in that game for North.
Well, yeah, but dude, like he's been so good in the clutch. Like that's where you've been able to count on him. Like he might have fallen off a bit in OT, but like all throughout today, at least, he's looked pretty damn good.
I'll give you that because he looked great on Dusty with that ace.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty
you
cool
get,
looking
you
dude.
get a silver
What do you got,
star.
Hugo?
Well, Smooth did top frag that entire series, that entire map in the server. So I'm gonna stick with saying, you know, Smooth is the UK.
Is he
right?
your win condition?
Yes. I mean,
Really, if the player that... So let me tell you why that's a bad point. Because if the player that already played well still was the top fragger and they didn't win, he's not necessarily the win condition. It's like maybe the people who didn't play well, Trace. That's how we do analysis.
So maybe our win conditions here for Big, considering they didn't win the first map, would be the likes of perhaps we start with the Nex, or even like Gabi isn't always known to be a massive fragger. He's got a different job to do.
Well, on that
but
B
still,
side,
he can do it.
On that B side of the major, I remember him having a lot of multi-frag potential, so that's something to consider. But if it gets down to those scrimmy moments, this is where I see North being able to win the game. But I'm going to go with Big again, because I think they have more structure. I think they're looking like a better unit. They just need to make sure they don't lose to Gades 5-7. That was a pivot point, right? They really gave that first half a lot of validity for North, whereas if they were able to close those rounds, it would have been a blowout for Big, and I think we would have been looking at like a 16-6 scoreline.
Yeah, it could have been a much more distanced affair, but that's just not the case. Well, I guess we'll do this. This is our last map of the night, and the last map of the first night at that of ESL Pro League Season 8 for us. So I'm going to have to just start down the line. We're going to end on you, Chad. But Harry, give me the most educated thought about anything that you can possibly think of.
Anything I can think of.
Within reason.
Okay. You know, why is the ocean so deep?
That's not an educated thing on anything. That's a question.
Yeah, well, you know, answer me
Hugo,
that.
give
Chad.
us
Let me
one.
riddle you that.
All right, riddle me this. Why is Smooth going to put him in the dirt on Overpass?
You know, because I happen to know, like, from talking a bit, he's a big fan of Overpass. He likes the way the AWP plays into it, so I'm excited to see what he does. And, you know, I think that it's a map that really lends itself to quite an agile AWPer, and I think he's definitely that.
Were you good at swimming?
Not amazing, but, like, not terrible either.
We're doing a
Harry
good job
in
at
his
treading
eyes.
water right now. Hugo, give us a fact.
What, a CS fact or just a general fact?
Any factoid.
Any fact.
Anything you got.
Within the confines of this matchup, please.
Oh, okay. CS fact then. So
Literally anything
You
will
guys
do.
are disagreeing here. I'm stalling so I can think of a good fact. Here's a good fact that not a lot of people know. If you're sticking a defuse, right, and you want to throw a flashbang with your left click, you can't press it. But if you hold right click and then hold left click at the same time and then let go of right click, you can then throw a left-handed flashbang.
That's a pretty good fact.
That's not bad. Way better than Harry. What do you got,
Yeah.
Chad?
You want something analytical? I can tell you that quokkas are only found on Rottnest Island in Perth, Western Australia.
Literally no one knows where that is.
Google
no one cares.
quokkas, they're the cutest
Let's
animal
talk
in the
about
world.
this matchup between North and Notorious B.I.G.
He already used that one.
Yeah, I know. It sounded good when I said it, though. So. Anyway, what do you got in the matchup, man? We're going to Overpass.
Yeah, I've already said that I think Big are going to win because they
I
have
need
more
a little
structure
bit
and
more from you,
strategy.
Chad.
Is he a
Substance.
I can't tell you what North are going to do because there's such a small sample size of what we can look for. I don't know what you want me to give you here, Trace.
Not a lot you can give me, I guess, Chad. We'll work that out in the hotel room later. You know what else we can work out right now is heading over to esea.net/MDL, where you can sign up for the Mountain Dew League, your surefire path to the ESL Pro League. And of course, that is the only way it can actually happen. Would anyone like to say anything?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Chad.
Are we feeling because the players are taking forever?
Probably.
Okay, so...
We're waiting for Mr. Butterfield himself.
Oh, Harry's probably on the phone to him right now getting some
dude, you know,
tidbits.
sending him a quick message. Explaining why I'm not wearing the Smooya jersey, actually.
And why is
why
that?
aren't you?
Because he's late. You know, hurry the hell up.
We didn't
How
wear
hard
it
is
earlier
it?
and he dropped 36
Yeah, I
kills,
know,
so
well, you know,
you really
exactly.
missed the train on that one.
Yeah.
All right, let's build this one
Mr.
up
Trey
one last
caught the
time, boys.
overpass.
Let's get there. Let's get there real quick.
We're real
Smooya.
close to the end. Smooya is the actual reason we're running late. He's going to have some fire underneath his ass coming into this one because they did not sit last well on that train matchup. Is he a tilt-worthy player?
Of course.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I want to hear from his little
I
friend.
mean,
down there.
he knows Smooya better than I do, but yeah, I mean, I imagine so.
Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to get out of your face. We're going to go into Overpass, and I want to hear you guys give it your all, and I want to hear you roar like a lion, Harry. Take it
Or a
away.
bear.
I'm definitely not going to roar anytime soon. I'm not a roaring person, but let me tell you, I am roaring with excitement, Hugo, in a metaphorical sense, as we get ready to head into this North versus Big, the last map of the night. And it's on Overpass, you know, the El Clasico, as they've come to call this matchup.
The Orpa's Paradise is this map.
Yeah. I mean, let me tell you, I actually love Overpass as a map, so I think this is a matchup made in heaven for me personally.
This is my favorite map in the active map pool right now, in my opinion. Well,
there we go, mate.
Yeah, just
drop in some factoids. You know, why didn't you do that one earlier? You gave a useful fact.
Well, that's an opinion anyway, not a fact. You know, I'm not factually stating it's the best map. It's just my favorite map.
I don't know. You always say to me that your opinion is fact.
I mean, my opinion is fact, but I don't know where we're going with this one. Right. Either way, it is going to be the last map of the night. We've had a long day here, Harry. We've been up since 4 in the morning, and here it is, 11 p.m., 12 p.m.
I don't even think I've been up since 4 in the morning. I don't really know the ins and outs of it, Hugo. But you know what? I can tell you this. It's the last map of the night. It's Big versus North, and North are over on the T side. It's 11 past 11 p.m. here in Copenhagen. So those Dane boys are going to start to be feeling a little bit tired now, as are the big boys as well. You know, time zones are a thing. And we're getting into this pistol round, so it might be a little bit sloppier. Gade leading the charge. Charges in towards this B-bomb site, but there's Nex from Graffiti. And he's looking to try and make some artwork of his own as he paints the town red in this B-bomb site. Tags down one, Tabsnarts is back with another, and now advantage up in favour of the big boys. AZ answers back as best he can, but it's Smooya on this wrap round. Oh my goodness, can't quite get it done. 13 HP still up on AZ, so he's still a threat. Still, he's dead, but now it's just Valda 1v4.
Well, Nex was one of those players that Chad said need to step up. Needs to be a win condition, maybe for Big, and 3 kills on the pistol round is a perfect way to kick things off. Another one for Smooya, and Big will get that defuse in time. So, pistol round taken by the Germans with the Brit. And the Danes will fall short from now. But, of course, the bomb plant going down means they can now go for that single eco before we see rifles in the 3rd round. Meaning Big need to be very careful with this investment. Although I say that, they love to pull SMGs into 2nd rounds, even if they know they're going to be up against rifles in a couple. So for now, only 1 SMG, very heavy on the rifles instead. Playing things safe, knowing what the state of economy that North are going to have.
Yeah, big fan of playing things safe. And well, over on the side of North, you can see they get that bomb down right, so they're just going to be chilling out with these pistols, charging towards B, trying to get the job done with what little they do have. And, you know, it's not about the size of the investment, it's about what you do with it. And Valda, he is good for one, but that's going to be it. They don't get much done. Now they get the buy, though.
Have you seen what Tizian does on barrels on B consistently on this map?
Do you want to go ahead and tell me?
He has this little thing. He does it a lot on pistol rounds, where he crouches barrels, looks straight at the ground as a CT, hides behind it, and then he'll flick up and down, and consistently land headshots. And there's videos of him DMing at the major, I think it was, literally flicking up from looking at the floor, and he can consistently hit headshots. So when Tizian is on barrel, keep an eye on him, because he's very good at that, and it's very weird. I've never seen any other player do it in my entire life, but Tizian can consistently hit those shots, which is quite cool. So keep an eye on that. But now we're into the rifle rounds, Harry, and North, they've got exactly that. Cadian's down on the UMP. Everyone else AK'd up. And Smooya, look at this position. He is going to completely rifle the pockets of North. As he rummages from the behind, they're going to actually walk back. So Smooya will stick in this corner. That's a safe decision. As Gade walks his way up. Flash also has some Molotov. Gade's going to find the opener. And Smooya dead straight away gives North a great opportunity into this round.
Well, Nex, he's good for one. Trades there straight away, though, from AZ. Now, man advantage up in favour of these Danes. Tabson lying in wait, about to be tested. Cadian's here at long, and Tabson round in the corner does manage to find the first. More players pouring his way, and into the crosshair they go. It's AZ to go ahead and find another opener. Just got B and Tizian left up, and already you can see them backing away. They concede this round. North going to be finding their first early on. And taking a look at the money, Big still going to be able to cobble together a buy in this next round, provided they save both of these weapons. I think if you're North, you don't really fancy going hunting too much either.
Yeah, 3 guns surviving for North. That's perfect for them. No more, no less. Godby and Tizzy can get away with their weapons for now. And yeah, with the state of the economy for Big, they can certainly buy up into this next round. It's not going to be a perfect buy, don't get me wrong, but Godby can drop a gun over. Smooth can maybe buy an SMG, and Next can pull himself up an M4 as well. So yeah, this is going to be fine for Big. They should have at least 3, maybe 4 rifles. Yeah, 4 rifles and a scout. That seems like a decent buy into this round. A reset on the cards if they can find this one and put North's economy in the dirt once again. Again, every round matters here. Big did lose that previous map, and they want to get all the points they can. Thompson already peeking out, but he's a little bit late with the scout because they've already crossed towards the playground. He needs to be aware. They just ran right past him without checking the corner. That was a free kill for North, but they were not aware. Nate is just going to miss over the heads of North. As Tabson's now left in the toilets, this is a dangerous spot. He needs to be very careful here because he can be pinching from the connector, from short, from long, from everywhere, and he's really got no support from his team. Godby's backed all the way towards the site, and Tizian's only just beginning to rotate up from B. That's a missed shot from Tabson. He follows up with a no-scope, but he will still go down. 2 kills for North and no response from Big.
He's not done much of damage, though, and that's something that could come in handy for these remaining rifles. There's Smoothie pouncing onto one of the players that Tabson had tagged up earlier on. The bomb's gone back over here towards his B-bomb site. You still have Smoothie lying and wait down towards Connector to try and make all the difference in the world. He's going to hear that bomb as it looks to go down. Actually, it's been dropped by Next, and now all the pressure's on AZ with Smoothie here. He could deny this bomb plant, and then there's only one man left. That's going to be Gade, who has wrapped around, and he has found Smoothie at the very least. So suddenly we're thrust back into a possible scenario for North. Gade was the man who was able to go ahead and pick things back up for them on train in a fantastic clutch, but this time around it's not meant to be. He falls at the hand of Tizian, and Big going to be locking in at their 3rd round.
Huge reset. Look at North's money. That is going to be crushed. We have a couple of players with a bit of cash, but everyone else down in the dumps. Won't be surprised if they force up here. Again, they are coming off the back of a reset, so it makes some sense. Cadian saving some money. Valde and Gade have gone for the full buy. I say full buy, I mean Gade's only got a CZ with armor. Valde's got the rifle. But everyone else holding on to their money for the time being. Not necessarily a huge problem. You can still win these rounds. That's the things you have to remain. The thing you have to remain aware about if you are North. If Valde can find an entry, give over a gun to another player on this T side. That's when things start to get a little bit more complicated for Big. Tabson falling out of the connector and coming back towards the A site. He's going to need to speed up because next he's getting tagged down from long. 50 HP. Kiebi has found his way all the way to the edge, but he's still got the bomb, so can't afford to go in first until that's going to be dropped off his shoulders. He doesn't care. He just goes right in. If he loses this bomb in the CT spawn, that could be a huge problem, and there it is. Taken behind the smoke. Big with 2 kills. No response from North, and they are getting decimated here on the A site.
It's just Cadian left alive, and I bet he wishes that he was, and he's going to get his wish granted. Big moving on to a 4th round to their name here. And a pause called on it. Looking like it's going to be a tactical timeout for North. I think that's justifiably so. Going to get that in early on. I'm going to try and sort out some of these problems they're having on their T side here. Now, you know, coming into this, I think you kind of look at Kiebi and Valde, AZ as well, as 3 players who, in my opinion, have always been very, very good on this map. So this is one I imagine they would be getting off to a pretty flying start on, and that has not been the case. Instead, it has been the big show thus far. Even then, I'm pretty sure this was a good map for Rogue as well, off the top of my head, back when Cadian was playing there. So the ability is certainly there for them. And this round, once again, they're kind of at the mercy of that weak economy, Hugo. They've got to go for the eco. That's a pretty bitter pill to swallow, conceding a round. Maybe not conceding. That's why you see these pistols can get anything done, but the odds definitely aren't in their favor.
Oh, nice start for Smoothie, and Godby even lines up a double in the connector. Will be pushed from the tunnel, but this SMG is absolutely tearing North to shreds. Money, money, money is the name of the game here for Big. Godby, he's holding on to all of it. The bank of the team, $9,000 on him. Big 5-1 up here, Harry. This is a fantastic start to this map, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Train was 5-1 up, and that ended 40 rounds deep in the favor of North. The AWP is here, though, and that is in the hands of Cadian.
Can't anything yet, but it's the aggression from tabseN that nets that early man advantage for Big. Aldet clearing out the pop dunk. Lots to do as there are players aggressive over in towards middle. You can already see how this map has been sectioned in two now. North very much restricted down towards B, but thanks to clearing out connector, they're going to be able to work for control of middle once again. Try and steal that back from Big. Aldet, the man to try and take this fight versus GodB over here at long. There is a player nearby to support as well. B getting out and extend the man advantage even more. 3 versus 5 right now as North unable to find anything in the way of a trade, unable to stop this aggression over towards mid, and finally Gade looks to answer the call. He has managed tabseN. North in response is going to try and hit the B bomb site with the remaining 3 players, and Cadian finds the opener for them.
Huge pick, but do they realize that Nex is still in the pit? Gade certainly does. The heaven smoked as well, so Smooya can't even go for it, but he pushes on through. Only in a 1-for-1, that is not enough. GodB is on the other side of the map as well, so it was worth it for Smooya trying to make a play. So if he plays passive there, that round is certainly lost. I mean, now it definitely is, because GodB is nowhere near the action. Retrieving grenades off the body of his corpses. Now North, 2 players surviving. They may exit towards a T-spawn. That may give GodB some exit kills here to try and take away some money and maybe even get that AWP off their hands of Cadian. But even so, this is a 1 round for North. They're back on this T side with a second. And uh-oh, look where Cadian's running. I don't think they'll run this farther. There's no need to run it into T-spawn. You can just hide in the pit there by the barrels, and they'll do exactly that. GodB will not get any exits today, but North will get around.
Ooh, and once again, another pause call then in Hugo.
I like it. Make use of them.
I mean, North certainly haven't really made use of too many over on train. They're looking to try and use them all here on Overpass.
They don't drag over from the previous map. They're already halfway through them. Only 2 pauses left. Can maybe get some knowledge from their coach. That is Ave, one of the OGs of Danish CS.
Ooh.
That's very conspicuous, isn't it?
Yeah, right. It's very, you know, George Orwell. Yeah, Big Brother is watching.
Back into this one, AZ on a UMP, everyone else armed to the teeth. We've even got this CT double up. Now, we didn't see this until basically overtime for Big and Train. So for them to pull it out on round number 8 of Overpass is a pretty ballsy affair. But hey, I'm not arguing with it. Might work out wonderfully. In fact, it does for 1 kill, but the trades are there quite quick as well. Nex is going to keep things alive in the 3-on-3, and he moves into the pit, but he will lose his life eventually. AZ shutting that one down with a huge entry for North, because that now puts them in a very, very comfortable spot. Big have got to retake with a man disadvantage and an AWP on tabseN. Things not looking good.
No, they're definitely not. Not with the AWP on tabseN as well in this retake. That is anything but ideal, especially because, well, as not being the perfect weapon for it, it carries such a hefty price tag right now. tabseN knocking on their door, and he has GodB up in the heavens. He's trying to make a play. The Molotov does force a man out into the open, but no one gets to spot that over on the side of Big. Sadly, can't find any means of getting back into that retake, so they're going to back away, look to try and hold on to this M4, the AK and AWP combination. Regardless, North finding themselves a 3rd round. They can still field the buy here. You can see GodB has the option to throw over 2 rifles, actually, so you will have 4 players board up. Instead, elects to throw 1 AWP over to Smooya. Opting to go for the double AWP setup as opposed to rifles across the board. This does, however, mean GodB has been relegated down to the MP9.
Relegated or upgraded, Harry? That's my question. North have gone fast into this B site. Valdi's up on short. Gade's already in the site itself. Kierby chasing down these players with the MP5. He's going to be able to find 2 kills. GodB won't get a thing done with that SMG himself. And, well, that's a clean execute there from North. I wouldn't even call it an execute, more a rush. tabseN going to try and save his AWP, and That's a free round for North right there.
Yeah, I mean, that was picture perfect stuff from North as well. You kind of see the fruits of all those tactical pauses. Very much had the play read from Big. You know, Big go for the gamble, buying those 2 AWPs, right? You kind of see them trying to gain some ground early on, but the flashes, the fast play, the complete change of pace over on the side of North from a team that have been playing these very, very slow, methodical rounds to now just charging that B bomb site, and it catches Big completely off guard. When you see there was Kirby deep within that bomb site, along with, I think it was Gade, before the CTs even had an idea they were there. They were already going to start charging down towards the pit. The Tabson at least holding onto the AWP is really kind of clutching at straws there to find a silver lining for Big in that round. They're not going to be feeling happy about it, as they put all they had into that one round. And there's a pause called on in, and that there, I think, justifiably so, right? That's not going to be an easy round to recover from, because now the money has run out once again.
And this is why I got worried at 5-1 for Big. I said, like, this is a great start, but just remember what happened on Train. And it's happening again, Harry. You do hate to see it if you're Big. North have done a great job of pulling this one back. Tactical timeout for Big now. Their chance to throw in a short pause. Again, with money being the bane of their existence, who really knows how they're going to approach this next round? God B's going to need some big brain calls. Are they? No, okay. I thought they were double pausing. No, it was just updating the score. We're back in. I don't think you even can double pause.
I mean, I don't feel qualified enough to talk about it, but I mean, I always love it whenever you see teams do in events that allow it. Really taking the time to have a deep conversation of the best kind. Here's Tabson, regardless, with the AWP carried forward. He's looking to go deep on his own as he heads over here towards Party. Bit of a one-man band, a one-man army is Tabson with the AWP in hand. That's exactly what he's got to be and more. And Kirby immediately there on the reply does dispatch of God B. So Tabson losing his leader, the man the decisions in this team. Tabson now backing away, and God B forced to sit beyond the grave like a sentient being, ordering the rest of these minions around. Tabson been told just to go and find frags. He somehow find that kill onto Kirby, so now this round becomes possible here for Big. Cadian and the rest of the gang down towards long.
I mean, this is a pitch-perfect example of how you should play the AWP on a round where your teammates are on pistols. You've got to be proactive. You've got to get aggressive. You've got to find kills. Even if it means you going down early in the round, these are the plays that Tabson needs to make. If he doesn't, this round is North's every single time. But just because of Tabson, they have a man advantage. Yes, he's low. Yes, everyone else is under-equipped, but there is still a chance for Big to win this round. 30 seconds left up. Valdi going to be sneaking out long, and this angle means Tabson actually can't spot Valdi coming onto the site. This could bait AZ and Cadian to push up as well, because they may think the site's clear, but they couldn't be more wrong. This boost up at the back of the spawn for Big. Valdi has crept his way in. Tabson waiting. It's all about timing on the peak, and Tabson going to miss a shot. The duck under from North. That's so unfortunate. That was a potential free kill that could have put Big in a very good spot.
Tizian just misses his opportunity to try and deny that bomb plant. They get so close to it, but now it's just Tabson left, and he already has 2 kills. He has to try and manage the ace if he wants to pick this up for Big. 18 HP in a dream. Tabson out from bank, trying to put his money where his mouth is, but no, it's Cadian to shut him down and lock in that round for North. They're going to go to tie things up now, 5-5, in spite of Tabson's best efforts, keeping Big in that round. Already, it's been a good half here from North. The last 5 rounds going their way. And for Big, we need to start to see a change. Tabson's back on the AWP. Interesting enough, going to be donning it over Smooya, who's down on the M4 right now. And this was actually something we saw them do quite a lot in Belo Horizonte. Was Tabson started to pick the AWP up over Smooya, and I think the issue is that Smooya is a very good AWPer. I think there's like a noticeable increase in skill between him with like the AWP over the rifle. Whereas Tabson, I think, you can have him just go off with the rifle. So, I don't know. I feel like it hurt them in Belo Horizonte, but maybe it'll be the thing that saves them now. Already they've lost God B, though.
Not a good start to a pretty important round. This would obviously put Big back down to Eco again. North found a pick over on the A side of the map, and now they're going back down towards a T spawn. Through it towards B. Tizian has a good position here, but again, this is not an angle where you're going to get more than 1, maybe 2 kills at a max. Next could certainly take a distraction, but Tizian, oh, that's horrible timing. He falls off. Flashbang to try and help him get out of this position, but there's no way he'll survive it. Surely they're going to have him dead to rights. Another flashbang, perfect. He sprays, he prays, and he finds 3 kills. Big, somehow making this round a reality, but still Kiebi pulls it back with the MP5. It's just tabseN left up, spotting both players, but he's not going to hit the shot to Kiebi, and that's where he goes down. Glock to the face. Somehow, North pull that round away from Big. After that 3K from Tizian, you would have believed it, but not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, this is where, you imagine it kind of starts to feel like a bit of a grind here for Big because, they keep on having these rounds where one man steps up and he does so much and then everyone else falls short. I mean, this is where, you imagine you'd be most critical of things like that. Maybe starts to get in your own head. You have got B at the helm, so hopefully he's the right man for the job at dissuading any sorts of feelings and negativity like that. But even then, and look at this, North just sneaking on out through mid. They haven't given any indication that they're here. No smokes, no flashbangs, nothing. They've just creeped all the way up, and it is the perfect read. tabseN, he hasn't heard anything over here. Hiding behind his rock over towards long. tabseN trying to make a stand with the Deagle. Has managed that first kill. And tabseN with the Deagle. We've seen some fantastic highlights from him with this very weapon. The only issue is, even if he finds both these kills, the bomb is still going to go down over on A, almost entirely for free. And he's got players now on either side of him.
Kiebi's been prolifically using this MP5 today.
Yeah, I don't think it was very good till I started seeing some of these guys use it.
Yeah, I thought it was awful.
I don't like the way it sounds. It sounds like someone, like, I don't know, like slapping some jelly. You can imagine that as a sound. It just sounds really wet.
What a kill from Next.
Why does the gun sound wet?
Why does the gun sound wet? Why is the ocean so deep? Who knows, man? These questions. No, I think, yeah, that gun looks awful until you watch a pro use it and you're like, oh, okay, no, it's just me.
That's like me with the CZ, though.
Oh, God. Yeah. Most relatable thing I've ever heard. I cannot use that gun.
There you go. I'll make a kind of like relatable CS memes.
Aha.
That feel when someone's lurking in a retake. Damn. I'll just keep tweeting some real big old memes.
Please don't. But like that. Like, how do you get that kill?
I don't know, Hugo. That's why they earn the big bucks and we don't. But here's North up 7-5, and we can have the AWP board out. But I just think for North right now, if it isn't broke, don't fix it. They haven't really had to use the AWP. We haven't really seen them have to go for it all too much. Once again, just gonna be rifles across the board because this faster kind of free style of play, not relying on the AWP to open up, has definitely been, working in their favor.
No doubt. Heavy lead on this T side. On, again, another CT-sided map. Previously, it was big to have a strong T-side on Train that we thought, okay, maybe they can take this game away, but North this time in the lead, that's not looking good for the Germans. (7-5) and fully equipped are big once again with a double AWP. Smooth down on that B bomb site. North set up very early on outside of here. This seems like their end goal to hit B. Oh, a bit of a boost from Kiebi as well. Oh, he just saw the head of Smooya. He might be able to find the kill. Smooya repositioning and oh, there's the head. Surely you can see it. Oh no, you hate to miss it. Kiebi not going to find that kill.
Yeah, Smooya is very lucky to dodge death there by the skin of his teeth. Rotations in towards B. And oh no, look at Big. This is hedging your bets. They've gone all in. And they've bet on, what, 0 is the green one? I don't know. They've gone for that. And, the odds aren't in their favor. They've changed their mind since then. They've left B. tabseN able to go to find 1. They were playing roulette, but now it looks decidedly more Russian as tabseN starts to shut down more. Ooh. What a flick from tabseN, and oh my goodness, tabseN's roared to life. He's going to go ahead and manage himself 4 and does get denied the ace as AZ is now desperately trying to answer back. And oh my goodness, AZ, what are you doing? You're tearing them limb from limb. It's a 1v1. Smooya left to try and keep big in this. There's only a couple of seconds left, and he does. What a heartache of a round for either one of these teams.
That is ridiculous.
Oh, wow. I mean, if that there doesn't get you out, I don't know what will. AZ really stepping up to the plate to go ahead and answer back.
tabseN gets 4 kills, and AZ just one-taps 2 separate players. Oh, my God. Look at this 3rd kill. Look at this one here. Oh, no, okay.
Just got baited.
Too violent for TV.
Yeah, that one was a bit much, wasn't it?
Oh, dear. What a round, though. You don't get like that every day. North still in the lead, though. Big pulling it back. Or doing their best to. 6-7. Cadian, is he going to do this? Is he going to dive through the smoke? This is a ballsy, optimistic play, and that's exactly what you get for it. Tizian on the other side with the SMG. I'm not going to lie. I was not too hopeful about that. Kirby does work his way up through the connector that Big have given up early in the round. Godby fell back towards the site. He ran out of utility. tabseN, he might run out of time. Not bullets, though. He finds one onto Gade, eventually getting shut down by Kirby. In this close position from Godby, that's perfect. That's going to catch him off guard. The body of Kirby flies backwards. And 2 players left up for North. Not looking like their round.
No, definitely not. I mean, it's going to help that you had tabseN slamming down the gauntlet in the previous. You still have Valda and AZ left up, though. These two have been fantastic in these sort of clutch situations where we have to see them rise to the occasion. And AZ, he's been the man that's been rising time and time again. This time he's got Valda with him. And oh my goodness, surely they don't steal this round out from underneath Big. It's suddenly just got B left, and he's got to try and clutch it now. He's managed the first frag onto Valda. And here we go. God B wrapping on round from Graffiti. So many angles to check, and AZ's just holding his nerve, cool as ice down towards Monster. God B, no idea. So many angles to check. He's going to go around the corner, but AZ finds the kill and locks in the round. North going to find themselves an 8th.
2v4.
Yeah, and it's another one where they've been able to claw their way back in a round they had no business winning.
Absolutely none. Massive kills, though, coming out from Valdi and AZ on that B-bomb site. Big entries to get them back into this one, and now 8-6. It's going to be Big receiving the beating. Look at their money. The economy absolutely trashed by that previous round. That would have been their opportunity to actually get an 8-7 half themselves, but now it's kind of flipped on its head. Still, not the end of the world, ending with 6, but they would definitely like more. However, tabseN, he's gunning for a 7th. Already dropped 1 man. The scout going for more damage, and he lands it onto Gabe, but that's not worth it. He's going to get traded by Kierby, so back into a 4-on-4 for North. Big, very split up right now. North, they're going to bring this bomb back down connected towards that lower bomb site.
They have a decent success here inside of B. Just these CZs, the upgraded pistols, a little bit of utility as well on God B. But even then, he's wrapping around, so that's not going to play into this all too much. Smooya somehow found a potential avenue into the backline here. He waits over towards connector, and now North, if they go wrapping up through short, you're going to have to worry about him. AZ flashed on through, finds the opener onto Tizian. The anti-flash is there, and Nexus is going to go ahead and help out. Baldit does what he can, 2v2, and we're over on short. God B going to manage on one. Maybe actually does stop that bomb going down. There's Gaden with the kill, and a 1v1 now versus Smooya. 27 seconds left on that clock, and he's going to start to retreat back towards A. Smooya hears the footsteps, though. Knows what's going on, but he is going to be a little bit worried, perhaps, that Gade's not committed now as that bomb goes down. The reality sets in, and Smooya has to prepare to try and clutch this out.
Oh, Gabe thinks he's coming from short. Look at his angle. He's going to be very exposed to this stairs position. His gun might even stick out depending on the angle that Smooya comes in from. And it's only 1 bullet for Gabe to even go down. Will Smooya check the corner? Oh no, he doesn't see the gun barrel. It's so close, but he just finds it. Big able to win the final round of the half. That got very, very close there. Smooya winning the clutch, but big heroics as well from, I think it was God B on the site to even stop the planter as well. Allow Smooya a chance in that 1v1. And 7-8 half, yeah, definitely a good half for North, right? Let's not get that wrong. It was 8 rounds on the T side of Overpass, but this game's not over. This game's still pretty close, as we know it should be. Double overtime in the previous map, and this one looks to continue in that stride.
Yeah, I mean, it's another close game. We had some highlights here, though, Hugh, and we had some fantastic moments from either one of these two teams, and it's going to get even closer here as we head into this second half. I, for one, cannot wait. We had some fantastic moments of brilliance from Godby, as we saw there, with some MP9 heroics, but then I think, you know, the two really worth mentioning kind of come from that 4K from tabseN inside of the A bomb site, and then also there was that immediate return from AZ.
Who did you predict for this map? Was it North?
Yeah, I think so.
I think we both called splits at the start. Yeah. I mean, we're already wrong on, or at least the previous map.
You know, you can be, you can arrive at being right through all the wrong means. It could still be a 1-1 split between Overpass and Trade. Who knows? But yeah, tabseN is certainly hitting his shots right now. That's what we need to keep on seeing from the man. Big want to go ahead and blaze a trail here in the second half. The only issue is moving to that T side. Both a blessing and a curse. You know, it is a more CT-sided map, but then you kind of look at Big as a team. You look at how they're playing right now, and you're relying a lot on someone like tabseN to find these openers. Tizian as well, having a few rounds where he's been just kind of going off. So having these guys to open up rounds, having these guys to be the ones to, you know, start engagements on their own time, that's definitely going to lend itself their way.
Well, let's find out in the second half who will be taking the pistol round. It's North in the lead, moving over to the defense, the counter-terror side. Big, where they are comfortable on the T side. They're going to have the chance to bring the pace, bring the heat here. Let's see what the buy is for the Big side and what their plan is. Godby on some utility. Everyone else, armored up apart from Tizian. He's also on the nades, so potential B play with that Molotov, commonly thrown towards barrels. Alternatively, we could just see a bank molly if they go towards A. Smooya, already a dink in the connector there. Cadian going to have to fall back, but he's got support from two other players. So Smooya pushes here. He's got to be very, very careful. Next as well, already gone. AZ looking for another frag, and he's going to continue to push onto Smooya. Holding at the end with a Glock. That is ballsy, but AZ's going to get away with it. He did have the support of three of his teammates, to be fair.
Look at this. Look at the reply from Big. They've gone ahead and left connector, and they've hedged their bets inside of this A bomb site, and it looks like it might pan out for them. The bomb can go down here. Kiabi's in the bank. Median flashback, and tabseN gonna find himself a quick double, maybe even a little bit more here. Is on the other side of the smoke. Kiabi lies in wait, and tabseN having so many of these fantastic moments, so many of these moments that we so often associate him with. He's gonna go and find some more in this pistol round. 8-8 all tied up, and now a chance for Big to start to retake the lead here on Overpass.
Big have been great at getting these pistols. That's been a common theme as well so far, so nice to see them carry on. Can they continue with the anti-ecos though? Sometimes easier said than done, especially when you're on the T side. These CZs can be very annoying. But luckily for them, North haven't gone for the armor, only Valdi. Everyone else just on default pistols, or sorry, upgraded pistols, Kevlar-less. This means these SMGs that Big bring into this second round are going to be far more effective and great at building up the money here, which is obviously what Big want to start to do. They want to pull in that AWP on the T side without a doubt. Valdi, the one armored player here on B. Godby going to just try and fake him out a little bit. Valdi will push short as a result and gain some map control here for North. They are mainly situated towards the toilets here, so if Big were to go back down towards that B site, this would be a perfect setup for them, because now look at Valdi. He's up on short. Yes, Big may send some players through the connector, but if they walk monster with the bomb, this is their round.
Well, let's wait and see how this does pan out. Wow, they're just going to miss their timing, maybe. He just waited a few seconds longer, decided to go through a few seconds later. It would have been a different story, but no, he's fallen, and now, as you say, Big just barreling in through Monster. This round is going to be theirs. That bomb goes down, and 4v5 in the retake. He does put the back in retake here for North. They're just going to look to try and hold on to these pistols, perhaps, and a little bit of utility that they have with it.
Oh, come on. tabseN indeed. 2 kills, 2 headshots. Big not having a problem with these armorless players trying to hold on to their guns or at least get exits. AZ still here on B. Oh, might be able to get Tizian. There's a frag. Dropping a gun. That's actually an AK going down as well. So quite a big loss there for Big. Not what they want to be dropping. Will someone go back and retrieve it? Very doubtful. Maybe after the bomb if they stick by. Smoothie is there, but no. I'm just going to leave it. Still, though, it's an eco coming up for North. One more before the buy round. That's going to allow Big to take double digits for the first time in this map.
Here we go. We got a couple of Mac Daddies here over on the side of Big as well. Hugo, got B next, looking to try and make some money along with Smooya. This round is going to be North trying to hedge their bets and stack everyone over here towards mid. Once again, looks like the stars have definitely not aligned for them. They've actually got to pick the one area of the map where Big currently have no one. That means this B bomb site is almost going to be entirely for free. There's one man here. He's not peeking into anything. That's Cadian. There we go. The jig is up. The bomb goes down. 10th round going to be on the board for Big. There should be no way for North back into this one. So they're going to be focusing on this next round now. And maybe we should do the same. You take a look over at their economy. You can see they have enough money to try and bring an AWP. I think you can have AZ throw one of them over. They're able to move into that. And they're hoping maybe to find a bit of damage here. But at the same time, I imagine it would be giving up too much the way of those SMGs and let them pad their stats that much more. Pad those bank accounts perhaps more crucially.
I'm wondering if we're going to see that double AWP straight into the CT side. We have enough money for it. Cadian and AZ can buy up 2 AWPs. Why not? I mean, I know you're up against SMGs and Big are likely to keep these. Oh, okay, look at this from North. They're just trying to keep Big from going down with the bomb. If they can make Big stay around the site while the bomb explodes, they're going to lose some guns, but not going to be the case. 1 death, no worry for Big. But yeah, let's. It's a question of how do North buy and how do Big choose to work around these SMGs. They like to keep them commonly. They'll sometimes buy an AWP around them. I'm doubtful to see an AWP on the Big side just yet. And no, that won't be the case. And no, North won't even go for an AWP either. They had the money for it. They definitely could have gone for an AWP or even 2.
I do just think with that, your biggest worry is that Big do just keep like all their SMGs out, right? Then you have 2 players who, either don't have head armor or don't have any armor. And then suddenly they're very, very vulnerable, especially if you have 2 of them. So instead, yeah, it's just rifles across the board. Aggression over here towards mid and Smooya. Locked in this standoff with Cadian. Oh, this is perfect timing from both of them. They've both gone by each other, but Smooya's going to check it, and there we go. That's now a rifle retrieved to him. He does lose Nex in the meantime. I think they tried to assemble a boost here that was shut down by the North side. Looks like it's just going to be the B play here from Big. All 4 players grouped up outside, ready to push on him, but they've detected God B at sandbags. His little feet have given him away, and that's now Valda extending them out advantage that much more. Gade with a quick spray transfer does get shut down. I was going to say finds them both, but no. Now we've been brought back into the realms of a 2-on-2.
AZ can be the linchpin here, though. He can shut this one down. They have to cross the bomb, and he's going to at least kill Tabson. Tizian's still up with the bomb, but AZ's just jumping around. As this flank comes through, it's not down to AZ to get the kill. Kierby has the element of surprise up his sleeve, and Tizian, oh, he has absolutely no idea what's about to hit him. The timing gets the better of him, and there's the peak from Kierby. North, they will win their first rifle round. Lucky that Big didn't go for the heavy buy with the AWPs. And in fact, lucky for North as well, because they lost 3 players in the process. That could have been a very expensive gun taken out of their repertoire. They're still going to have guns to play with now, though. Big, in fact, they do buy up the AWP. They want to be the ones to pull it in first, take that risk, hope the North don't win the round and pick it up from their body. Alongside 2 Galils as well, so there really is a lot of pressure on Smooya to actually find some opening kills in this round, and already some aggression from Kierby. Oh, baby.
Yeah, it's not quite a triple, but he's managed himself one. Ooh. Backing away, tagged up. Cadian to help out, but God B is going to win that fight. The clash of the brains down towards mid, and God B wins it for the time being, but you still have Kierby here tapping away. God B going to go ahead and extend that man advantage now that much more in favor of this Big side. Turning his attention over here towards long. You can see there's still 2 more players residing in mid. Almost everyone here on the North side.
Yep. 2 ready for that. No playing smoke games. Still a man in the toilets here. Gade's up close, so Could certainly overwhelm Smooya considering he doesn't have anyone nearby him. But as I say, that Tizian comes out of the connector. So now there's 2 players here. There's a surprise attack. Sneak behind from Gade. 2 kills. And oh no, North have won so many 2v4s before. Can they do it again?
Surely not. I mean, Gade, he's demonstrated some real heroics to get them back into this round. Now he is support as well. Coming on in from Valda. That bomb has to go down. 25 seconds here for Big. And God B looking to try and be the savior, but they don't know that Valda's here. They don't know where he resides. 15 seconds left, and as that timer ticks on down, the pressure's on. God B's been spotted and tagged. 10 seconds. They have to get this bomb down or find a frag, and there's God B to get the job done. 11-9 in favor of Big. And that's the reset to come on through to North as well. They almost claw their way back into another 2-on-4, Hugo.
What a huge round for Gob as well. 4 kills off a Galil up against fully rifled North players. That's a pretty impressive round from him. 11 rounds to Big. Eco for North. Could this be the opportunity, Harry? Could this be their chance to take the map? Not done just yet, but Big are looking like they could take a sizable lead here by 3 rounds. 2 players on that B site. Hardly a defense here for North. But we do have Gade with that 5-7, and we know what he can do, Harry. Let's think back to Train. But full smoke execute from Big. I say good luck. Even with these pistols hiding around the edge of these smokes, this is going to be a very difficult round for North to actually find too much success. Maybe a kill or a couple, but Big are being very methodical, and there we go. Same time, both kills come through. The Molotovs blanket the bomb site, so they know exactly where the players from North have to sit. Even though AZ comes back in with a kill to Nex, who was already low. This is the bomb down. This is the round almost won.
Yeah, just KD left alive, 1v4. And currently he sits bottom of the board for North, 4-14. Not been having the game of a lifetime here on Overpass. Always did actually, when I looked into it, always did kind of struggle a little bit more within Rogue as well on this map. To 9 in favor of Big. Thing is, Hugo, you think back to Train, you think, you know, we kind of approached, I think it was what, a 13-9 scoreline there even, or maybe even 13-7 in favor of Big, and then of course the comeback happened where North were able to win that match out. So Big might have this healthy lead, rather. It might look great. Do we have the faith in them to keep that up? I mean, luckily enough for them, it is just the eco in this round once again. They've at least had North at the mercy of that bad economy. Oh my goodness, Kirby's eating a nade for breakfast. God B gonna go ahead and fill him up with some bullets afterwards as well. Fantastic spray transfer to find both those kills.
It's nice to see North going for the double eco here, but this really does let Big get away with a lot of rounds here. Obviously, it has to happen, but 13-9 is going to be the score after this one before North come back in with the bye. I mean, if North win this map, it will be an impressive feat at this point. They're going to need a huge comeback. All too easy for Big in this round.
Yeah, Kirby, this is not going to end well. There we go. He goes ahead and just walks to his demise. 13-9. And here's the bye from North. Now, Hugo, they put a lot of faith in this one. By, you know, you take the double eco, you go ahead and leave yourself at a 13-9 scoreline. You invest everything you've got into this round, everything you can muster if you're North. They're even going to go ahead and take a tactical pause by the looks of things. It was actually big to pull the tactical timeout, but still,
I like that.
We can see in North putting everything they've got into this one round right now, and pretty terrifying circumstances that as a result, if they lose this, they're down reset into the next. You've got Big at that point 14-9 up with an eco or a force as your options for North.
Yeah, this reset 3 rounds ago has ruined the game for North pretty much. If they doubled down off of that one round that they did win, then maybe this would still be a close affair, but Big have made them double eco, only to go in with one buy that, yeah, it's fine, the buy is good, but it's not the buy you want at 13-9. It's not the option for the double AWP and everything else. But it will have to make do, Harry. Beggars cannot be choosers. They've got an AWP, they've got rifles. And back and we go. Maybe Big will speed up the pace after this short tactical pause that is fairly common. Go for a fast execute, a quick rush, as North are not expecting it. They think Big are going to be bringing in something strategic. We'll see, though. Godby has a big brain full of CS knowledge, so he doesn't necessarily need to resort to a rush just yet. Nice shot from Cadian. Fully blind, takes tabseN down. And that's exactly what North need in this round if they want any fighting chance to take this map.
Yeah, we need to see some more stuff like that. I mean, there's that man advantage gain for North. Been a while since we've seen them in this sort of driving seat position. And now the question becomes a big, how are they going to answer back? Because what a man to find as well, tabseN, the one who's just been out of his mind in these few key rounds for Big. You go ahead and get rid of him, and now you kind of leave all that pressure on the rest of the squad. One thing right now that's a little bit scary for North, but it could also be a massive difference maker is going to be Kjaerbye. If he goes down on this flank, then it's all for nothing. But all the information he's getting right now, it's all massive. And he's even going to go ahead and escape with a kill. That's the bomb as well. That's a disaster for Big. They have to try and trade this. They have to try and deal with Kjaerbye, who's just running amok behind enemy lines. He now has control of the bomb, and you can see the rotations coming in. Kjaerbye, he's shutting them down left and right. They're doing everything they can to try and get this bomb back in their possession, but Kjaerbye's not letting up.
Godby was not ready for that flank either. You can see he was trying to be the flanker, became the flankee. Kjaerbye doubling back towards the spawn, and now look at his team. They are swarming that bomb like flies. Gade's even going to take down a player trying to lurk into the B site, looking for anything here. And next, 15 seconds on the clock. May as well just hold on to his gun. He could die, but there's no loss bonus here for Big, so it's not really worth it. They're going to be buying up next round, so just take the $1,400 or take the $0 and keep the gun, rather than get $1,400 for this. So double digits for North, Harry. That's the round they needed, and they've taken it. Baby steps, one at a time.
Yeah, I mean, the scary thing is this is the exact same scenario we were in on trade to a T. And now, you know, in North fashion, they wanted it to go down the same way. They have to start to pull this back, take us through to a couple of overtimes, and then finally close it out. But you can imagine Big are not too keen on that idea. Smooya back with the open hand. Not going to be tabseN donning it. Instead, they've left it with the man it was meant for. But those nades, that nade stack over in mid. Godby is limping away from that with inches left of his life. Tag down at 24. Just shoot.
I won't do anything.
You always hope it does though, right? Just like this impossible wall bang, but no. Tension.
Big grouping up outside of this B site. It looks like a full execute here. And look at the setup from North. 2 players. That's it. That's all they've got. And the fact that the rest of the team are so committed up on A long means this rotation is going to be so long for North. If you pardon the pun. Big going with the execute now. Molotov's over the top.
Yeah, there's tabseN on the opener. Valda is still here. He's been fantastic in these anchor positions time and time again. Now going to get more tested than ever, and he looks to try and deny this bomb plant, but no, he lets it go down. They don't know that Valda's here. He's only good for one now, as Tizian is able to decapitate him, leaves all the pressure onto Cadian and Kjaerbye, and they're going to start to back away. This is a 14th round for Big, and this there is you know, kind of the moment that we saw them reach breaking point on train. Was they had that bomb down. It was, what, a 3v1 that I think it was Gade was able to clutch on out with the 5-7 at like a critical juncture in the game. This time, though, you know, that would have been the same sort of story there. You had Valda and in such a strong position as well, but they're able to deal with him immediately. They nullify that threat, and now the money for North going to start to become an issue, especially if they don't get away with these weapons, but it looks like they might.
I'm so surprised Valda doesn't try and stop the bomb there, because you know, you're already down a man after that entry that came through from tabseN, so why not at least try and stop the bomb from going down?
It looked like he was worried that they were going to fake the plant, because I think he smoked himself off right over towards the... So I think he was just anticipating that maybe they were going to try and fake it, try and force him out into the open, but...
That's the reset, Harry. I know they can still buy. They've still got the money left up as they saved a couple of guns, but that is the reset. I mean, if Big win this round, this game is done. Done and dusted, pretty much. North have only got this buy round to play with. And of course, you know, they've still got everything, or mostly, apart from AZ on the utility. But this is hugely important, and Big have not been letting up the pace. They've only given away 2 rounds this entire half. Winning, what, 7? So things are looking very good for Big. This flashbang as well from Smooya. This is going to allow Godby to get a free kill to AZ if things go right. 2 players in the toilets. AZ not going to be ready for it. Kiebi closer, and the reload allows him to peek on through. He hears the sound, and he goes for the frag. Maybe even a third. That's a no. Next keeps things in check, and if Kiebi backed off there, maybe, just maybe, North are holding on to the man advantage, but now they are anyway, because Valde just pushes through a smoke and drops the AWPer.
Yeah, a couple of missed shots there from Smooya at a very, very critical moment in the round as well. You imagine if Valde goes down, you actually look at this A bomb site, and although we've had the rotation come on in from Cadian, he would have been a little bit away, and that would have been an avenue for them to get this bomb down. So that round could have been saved there on the back of that from Valde. Flashing over towards Long, trying to keep Big at bay. 30 seconds left on this clock. The time now starts to become an issue here for the Germans. Nex and Tizian to try and make this a reality, and these two have both looked fantastic, but there's Cadian finding the opener. Nex tries what he can, but Cadian's so incredibly fast, and just like that, North hold on an 11th round, keeping 2 players alive as well.
Seems like we have a game on our hands, Harry. It is not over until it's over. 14 to 11, tactical timeout here for Big. Definitely a good time for one. It's their 3rd of 4. I realise North are nipping at their heels, and again, as you mentioned just a couple of rounds ago, we've been in this situation before, and North, while being down, still managed to pull it back and take it in 2 overtimes. So Big need to remain vigilant and aware of the fact that this is not a done deal just yet. And the more rounds that North win in a row, the more the money's going to come back to hurt Big. I wonder what their economical state is right now. I think they've got 1 more buy here, which is fine because it means, you know, assuming they lose the next few rounds, 12 rounds to North, eco for Big, 13 rounds to North, buy for Big, 14 rounds. And then they can buy again if they get bomb plant. So things are okay. They've got, you know, 3 buys left before OT, but they'd rather close it out before that.
I mean, they would rather the win right now and reset the economy of North into their match point round. That's the ideal scenario here if you're a Big fan. But Kiebi, he's been such a problem. He's such a gremlin of the night in the backline, just terrorizing this Big side. And now Cadian holding close over towards Short, going to shut down 2 of his own. Tizian trying to do what he can from Monster, trying to deal with some demons of his own, but he's going to get toppled by AZ. Suddenly it's just Nex alive, and he's been sandwiched in between a couple of Danes. Couldn't think of anything more terrifying. 12 to 14, North going to find themselves another round. They're looking to try and blaze this comeback once again, Hugo.
It's happening. And Cadian, who's been having a very slow game, has stepped up in these past few rounds. The ones that North have actually won, he's been getting kills. 10 for him. Nice double on Short as well with the AWP. So 12 to 14, and Big, yeah, biting down and taking an eco. Not even a shredder utility. Tabson has armor. Everyone else has pistols. But do they have hope? Because North are just trying to get aggressive and send them packing home. Kiebi's already dropped Tabson. Nice double push up long. Godby even getting wallbanged out of this one down to 5 HP as well. This is just brutal for Big. Ooh.
Tango Smooya over at 8. That now leaves the rest of the guys here outside of B. They've lost that 1 lurk they had. He wasn't able to find anything. Tizian falls. Godby on the CZ finds one, but there's Gade. They line up for him. They walk into his crosshair. They make it easy. 13 to 14. 1 away from equalizing this out. Over on the side of North. And I mean, what a night that would be for them. They're looking to go flawless in these games if they find the win over Big here. And for Big, that's a pretty disappointing debut. I mean, that would mean they've gone 1-3 this evening if they lose this match now versus North, which, considering they had 2 opportunities, or an opportunity each, I guess, in both of these maps to close them out, only to have that elude you. Kiebi over here in mid. He's been such a nuisance. You haven't been able to just pinpoint where this man is at any one point in time. This time he's over in Party. The round prior, he's running amok down towards Long. The round before that, he's the man aggroing Connector. They just can't figure out what to do with Kiebi. He's so slippery at just getting into the backline and doing so much damage. to this big side, and you can see how worried it's made them. You have two players here keeping an eye on mid. They're going to start to back away. You can almost bet, though, if they do, Kjaerbye's going to be there, and he's going to get the information that no one's here. And that then frees up the rotations down towards B. That's already happening right now. AZ's hightailing it over, and as is the man down towards long.
Ooh, big entry from Next, but Valdi's playing close, and this man is so dangerous. 2 frags in response, and Big still keeping things in a 3-on-3, but the flashbang going to force Cadian off the angle. He won't be able to shut down the first man in, and he misses the shot to the second. Tabson, in the meantime, catching connector rotations. Kjaerbye's not stabbing anyone in the back this time, and AZ's been spotted as well, so Big have all the info to play with. Just Cadian left up in a 1v3. He's hiding in the site, walking through the smoke, and he may have an opportunity to cancel this plant. Spots Tizzy, and there's the bomb down. Sees the second man on the barrels. He needs to take a kill now. He's being flanked. Turns back around, but he can't hit either shot. Big finally will take 15 rounds. It's been a long time coming, but they've done it. However, this game is not over. North have the chance to pull us to OT for 2 maps in a row.
So that was a very good effort from Cadian, as I do really like that. You love to see as well, like the positioning of everything was picture perfect, right? Just missing the shots, but that's why I'm very excited to see him as a prospect within this team. You know, like has a very great understanding of just how to position himself as an AWPer, even if he isn't hitting everything all the time. But this round now, Big at match point here, 15-13. We need 2 more rounds from North if they want to pull this one back to an OT here on Overpass and go flawless for the evening. Big, meanwhile, chance to split the whole evening. 1-on-1 here versus North, similar to their 1-1 versus Hellraisers earlier on. Gade. Trying to repel them. Is going to manage one. Smoothie's in a great position to trade. Now it's Valdo once again. He's been such a good anchor inside of B.
That's awkward. Kjaerbye gets caught as well, and although Valdi's still in the site, he's down to 8 HP. This means Big have a very good chance to close out this map now. They can't let it slip. Slow things down. Smoke to cover up Monster. Valdi's not going to be pushing through that anytime soon. Actually, I say that. He begins to go on through, and Smoothie's on the other side. It's only AZ left up, and he's on the wrong side of the map. Trying to take a fight, trying to keep himself in this game, but in a 1v3, I'm not holding out for it.
Yeah, he's got so much to do and so little time to do it in as well, especially that bomb now looks to go down inside of the B bomb site. AZ, while he's been fantastic in these clutch scenarios, this is asking so much of him. A 1v3. Tabson's tagged down low if you're looking for silver linings, but AZ gonna fall at the hands of Smoothie, and that there is the map. It's gonna be Big finally closing it out as they emerge victorious over the North side. It was looking like, you know, we were gonna see a similar situation on Train. Luckily enough, at the last hurdle, Big dig deep and actually able to win that one out.
Big dig deep, you do say, Harry. Wow, that almost fell out of your tongue, didn't it? Chad, talk to me about why this one had to go the distance.
Well, they needed the shovel to get out of the hole that they put themselves in, because it looked like Big were going to take that one relatively easily, same as what we saw in the first map, back and forth first half. I'm really going to question one thing. And Trace, do you know what it is?
No.
It's the fact that we're seeing MP5s coming out on bloody gun rounds. I think
Let's dive into that, Chad. You know, why is it that itches at you just so much? Is it the fact that it's unorthodox? What is it really that's perturbing
It's just unusual. Like, I haven't obviously had a lot of time watching the MP5. I think the first time we saw it come into fruition was actually just at ESL New York over the course of the last week. Probably 48 hours we were watching that gun in action just there. But then here today, it's been used quite a lot. You know, the guys from North were using it to pull out some B rushes. Kjaerbye finding a lot of success. And it's one of those situations that I don't know how it's going to play into the game, because I think statistically speaking, it isn't better than the MP7.
Or the ump, for that matter.
Yeah, that ump.
Ump.
My lovely lady umps.
My
Check
lovely ump. And Delirium has said in here, but it's very true. As you can see, the Spud is dancing. This sponge has legs, and it does do a little bit of breathing.
Absorb some water on the airplane.
Yeah, let's talk about just a little bit here as we do look to close out the show relatively shortly. Honestly, you know, for what it's worth, North had a pretty good showing tonight. Regardless, they weren't able to close it out here on Overpass, but they still start the season strong.
We want a fun tidbit?
What you got?
Well, this roster now has only been together for about 3 or 4 days, something along those lines. And up until this point, they were undefeated. This evening, they were on a 3-0 streak. They'd actually won best of threes as well earlier in their tenure as a roster. And this is the first game that they've actually lost as a team. So commiserations, but also a pretty good start, all things considered, for a roster which has just come together, had limited time to work things out. They're obviously working hard to get everybody up on the same page, and we know how difficult it is to get everybody on the same page.
Let's get everybody on the same page. I'm not talking about you and me.
No,
I'm not talking about those guys sitting out there. I'm talking about you, the viewer at home, and everyone else around here, because we do have some more ESL Pro League coming your way, and perhaps we can take a look at the schedule for Americas for the road to Udensad. That's right. You do see United and Renegades squaring off. It's a season opener over there on match day number 1.
New Renegades roster as well, Trace. Liaz and Gratisfaction making their way over in place of Nifty and Ustillo.
It's a long journey to come all the way from down under, but they have certainly done it. Luminosity and Rogue, and then MIBR and Ghost, wherein which I don't know what to think about how these matches could turn out, Jack.
The Ghost one also has a new team as well, right? They did pretty good at Stockholm, but now they've changed the player. I think they have Neptune coming in to replace Crystal. I have too much Counter-Strike knowledge in my brain.
Yeah, you kind of racked yourself up. Maybe you get some of that water. Maybe dump it right on top. Either way, how about this? In fact, day 1 is done. It's time to recap this entire thing. I believe the most appropriate way to do that would, in fact, be today's results. So, Chad, as we take a look at that, you walk me through this.
Look, I think it was a standout here, the fact that NIP went down in blistering fashion to both of their opponents. Heroic we saw fall flat against North in the early stages, but they were able to beat the Ninjas. Vindigo started off with a fantastic victory over Ego, and then the back and forth on that Dust 2 affair. If you didn't get to catch any of that B stream or secondary stream action, maybe check that one out with the demos. But the guys from Turkey, the Space Soldiers, continuing to put, I guess you say, pain down range.
Fire down range, but you know, it's...
Yeah, well, you're causing pain if you're putting the fire down range.
Yeah, I guess, you know, you are absolutely right. Nip off to a slow start this season, getting, it's not necessarily dumpstered.
Well, they're 0-4. That's a terrible start for a team which we would be considering within our top 8 in the world. So not fantastic for them. I think everybody else could be pretty happy. You know, splitting series, Heroic got some wins. Everyone else is laughing. It's just the Ninjas here with day 1 who are going to cop a bit of a hiding, have to go look at themselves in the mirror and think, maybe we need to do better as they do move forward in the tournament.
Outstanding. Yes, Chad Burchill nailed that one. I don't think you could have said it much better yourself. Again, we do have another portion of this broadcast. All of Americans are going to be tuning in, and you should be tuning in as well. Here to the Intel Esports Arena, that does it for us. We're just about wrapping it up right now. Closing thoughts, Chad. Anything you want to say to those that are watching?
Keep watching. North American Counter-Strike is going to be amazeballs.
In case you didn't know, or in case you forgot, Cloud9 won a major. That still happened.
Liquid
they can't just take it out of the history books. No matter what you say, no matter what you do, and I mean nothing that you can say or do will subtract from that fact. That does it for us. We're going to be coming back tomorrow, same great time, same great place, 6 BO1s. You know the routine. Make sure you're here with us. We're going to be jumping right back in the ESL Pro League tomorrow. Day number 2 of Season 8 starts. See you later.